Former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has jetted back to Kenya from the United States, landing on April 17, 2025, amid speculations over his intentions to run for president in the 2027 general elections. But there is a twist. Reports claim State House is planning corruption charges against him. Is this a genuine legal pursuit or a tactic to derail his presidential bid? On Thursday, 11:40 p.m., Matiang'i touched down at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport aboard Qatar Airways from Washington via Qatar. He was warmly received by key figures including Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, Kisii Senator Richard Onyonka, and nominated Senator Gloria Uroba. Matiang'i declined to address the press, only stating off record that he thanked God for the good journey and would speak to the nation later. This high-profile welcome has set tongues wagging. Matiang'i's return has reignited talks about his presidential ambitions, which first surfaced during the June 2024 Gen Z-led protests, known as the Super CS. Under President Uhuru Kenyatta, Matiang'i has remained tight-lipped about his plans. However, his strategic moves and political allies suggest he's gearing up for a 2027 run, giving sleepless nights to President William Ruto. And what's driving this speculation, and who is backing him?
We, the leaders from South Sudan constituency, together with residents of the larger Kisii region, wish to publicly declare our unwavering support for Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i as he seeks the high office of the President of the Republic of Kenya in the year 2027.
The Jubilee Party has thrown its weight behind Matiang'i. In February 2025, Jeremiah Kioni declared at the party's Nairobi headquarters, "We've settled on Matiang'i as our candidate." He would then join others in coming up with one person who I believe as a coalition will be able to back.
Every Kenyan wants to hear Matiang'i saying that he's running. So I also expect him to say that he is running. Actually, I know he will say it because he has told me.
I am representing a gentleman who's not here with us, and his name is Fred Matiang'i.
Meanwhile, Kisii leaders like Senator Richard Onyonka have endorsed him, with Onyonka stating in January that Matiang'i was leaving his World Bank job to join Kenyan politics.
Your Excellency, I want to tell you, we as a community, even when we are not tribal, where we believe in the country called Kenya, a country that believes in fairness, equity, and democracy, we now have a candidate, and his name is Fred Matiang'i.
Social media is abuzz with both support and some little bit of skepticism. To bolster his campaign, Matiang'i has reportedly engaged Dickens and Madson, a Canadian lobby firm, for over $250,000, led by the controversial.
Yes, I used to be the National Security Advisor to the Prime Minister of Israel.
Ari Ben Menash, a former Israeli Mossad agent, to secure international support. Signed on July 13, 2024, the deal includes lobbying in the US, UK, Japan, and Kenya. This move, also used by Botswana's President Duma Boko, signals a calculated strategy, but it's not without controversy, given the firm's past ties to contentious clients. Complicating Matiang'i's return are reports that State House is planning legal action. A March 2025 report by People Daily claimed that Kenya Kwanza insiders are preparing 14 criminal and misdemeanor charges against Matiang'i once he formally declares his candidacy. These include allegations tied to the Ruaraka land fraud case, abuse of office, money laundering, and the Huduma number program. Homa Bay MP Peter Kaluma, a Kenya Kwanza ally but an ODM party member, has publicly called for Matiang'i's arrest, arguing he must be prosecuted or cleared before 2027. Even former Prime Minister Raila Odinga landed himself in trouble when he poured some cold water on the prospects of former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i to successfully run and win the presidency in the 2027 general elections. Odinga, who was in the counties of Kisii and Narok, said it takes national appeal for one to successfully run for presidency besides support from one's ethnicity.
Running for the presidency of Kenya. You see, you cannot be elected president of Kenya on the basis of the Kisii votes. Kisii.
Jubilee's Kioni, however, alleges these are politically motivated to derail Matiang'i's bid. The timing of these charges raises questions. Reports suggest Kenya Kwanza elites who view Matiang'i as a threat due to his influence under Kenyatta and his clean image are using legal battles to weaken his candidacy. A 2023 raid on his current home, which Matiang'i called a witch hunt, and subsequent EACC probes into his wealth hint at a pattern. Political analysts note that Matiang'i must clear his name on these allegations to maintain credibility, especially as tribal and coalition dynamics are now shaping the 2027 vote. Until recently, Matiang'i worked for the World Bank in Washington, D.C. Onyonka revealed in January that he decided to quit to rejoin Kenyan politics. This bold move underscores his commitment but also exposes him to political risks. With a reputation for competence but a history of friction with Ruto's allies, can Matiang'i navigate these legal and political hurdles? Fred Matiang'i's return has electrified Kenya's political landscape. Backed by Jubilee and Kisii leaders, he's a formidable contender for 2027. But alleged corruption charges from State House could be a roadblock. Are these legal threats a legitimate pursuit of justice or a ploy to neutralize a rival? Only time will tell. But there is also another twist. Former Chief Justice David Maraga is also eyeing the presidency in the 2027 polls. Mr. Maraga, who hails from the Gusii community where Mr. Matiang'i comes from, has been holding meetings with various stakeholders, mainly the youths across the country, to drum up support for his 2027 bid. However, he has been seen as a project of President William Ruto to divide the Gusii community. However, the former Chief Justice has dismissed the claims that he is a state-sponsored project, saying only time will tell.
If you asked me, I will tell you. I mean, I'm the right one. The other one would also say it's the right one. At the end of the day, it is the people who will decide. Just relax. Wait. I mean, in due course, you will make up your mind yourself whether or not I'm a state project.
Interesting. What do you think? Newsroom, Maisha TV, Ushabi Jr.